Hey guys, this is Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware, and it is time for the wrap-up show for the 1979 NL East Division chase between the Pirates and the Expos. Great project, came down to the final day, down to the wire. That was a fun project to play, it really was. And this is kind of reiterating a little bit what you guys couldn't hear during the last two games in the beginning and the end because OBS eludes me at times. Didn't have a microphone set up. Nice. But I do this time. But yeah, we're going to have a stat show. We're going to go over things, just to rehash. Kept stats for the whole thing. Of course, the score sheets. I tabulated them throughout the week. Didn't take all week, but I wasn't in a hurry. I completed a project. I completed a project. It's a short one, but I know my skill set and my strengths. Anyway, let's, without further ado, go ahead and... Ta-da! We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. St. Louis Cardinals, they participated in a single game against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that was on September the 27th, a Wednesday in 1979. So for the single game, it's a very small sample, but just to show you highlights from that game, you've got Keith Hernandez and Ted Simmons were each 2 for 4. Simmons with a double. Bob Forsch went 8 innings for the win, struck out 6 Pirates along the way, gave up 11 hits, but McEnany came into the 9th and shut it down. So the Cardinals did their job to help with the drama. They really did. Let us look at the Mets. I didn't put all the zeros in, so this is going to be choppy. Oh well, just have to live with it. Doomity boomity boom. Pitchers are down there. Okay, so you're batting. The Mets, they played in 4 games in a series against the Expos. Lee Mazzilli, really good. 9 for 19 with 4 RBI, 2 doubles, 2 homers. Joel Youngblood, 6 for 12 with a double. So they had a little bit at the bat. They kept the Expos at bay. However, they split the series with the Expos, actually. The doubleheader on the 19th, they lost the first game of the Twin Bill and won the second. And then the doubleheader on the 20th, the following day, they won the first game against the Expos and lost the second in the Twin Bill. But they did decently. They did. Better than they probably should have against those Expos because the Expos were an awesome team and a lot of Mets fans admittedly and by the numbers. The Mets were not a good team in 1979. But they did decent. Starts from Swan, Hossman, Coble, and Scott. 2 wins by Glenn in relief and Coble, and losses by Swan and Hassler in relief. Not really too many notables. For, again, a small sample, only 4 games. You've got some inflated ERAs, some low ERAs, 4 strikeouts by Hossman, 3 by Coble over 7 innings. So it's a very small sample, not really to get the idea of what the team would do, but this is what their part was in the chase. We go to the Chicago Cubs, the Cubbies, the Cubs. Get a little bit more of a feel here. The Cubs participated in 6 baseball games, all against the Pirates. The 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of September, and then also the 28th, 9th, and 30th in that final series that helped build up the drama. DeJesus really good, 357 batter for those 6 games, 10 of 28, 2 doubles, a triple. Not a lot of stolen bases going on for the Cubs at all. They didn't have a lot of speed, not built in. Homer for Kingman, homer for Bill Buckner, 2 homers for Scott Thompson in that one game. Thompson probably the highlight there, 9 of 28, batting .321, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, struck out only 3 times. There's a couple of amazing strikeout stats in the Expos and Pirates, but we'll get to that. Other highlights, Bill Buckner, 11 for 29. Double, triple homer, walked twice, 379 batter for the chase. Not too shabby. We look at pitcher batting. Lamp in the final game. 29th or 30th, I forget which. One of the final two games, whichever one Lamp started. He 1 for 2, scored a run, double. So pitchers helped themselves a little bit. And on the bump, McLaughlin and Russell with 2 starts each, and Lamp and Riley with 1 apiece. Wins came in relief by Moore and Holtzman. And losses, I missed a loss there somewhere, and I don't know who it was, but this is a stat show, so I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, the Cubs, they did lose the game on the... No, they won 2 games against the Pirates. So actually I'm missing a win? I'm missing a win. Oh well. I digress. Low ERA with the exception of Dennis Lamp. Got rocked early and often in that last game that he pitched. But everybody else, 541 would be the high one for Holtzman. Everybody else is under 4. 11 strikeouts by Rick Russell. No surprise there. In 13 innings. Started 2 games. Did really well. Only issued 3 earned runs. Only 2 walks to those 11 strikeouts. So, Cubs, they played their part. The Philadelphia Phillies. They played 6 games against the Expos. On September 22nd, a doubleheader, and on the 23rd, a single game. And they were also the final series at Olympic Stadium, 28th, 9th, and 30th. And they also played 3 games against the Pirates. On the 19th, a doubleheader with Pittsburgh, and on the 20th, a single game. So they've got 9 games in this series, so their numbers are pretty good for stretch numbers. And batting was pretty good. You've got something going on there that I have no idea what the heck that is. That should not be. We're going to fix that. Boink. Okay, yeah, that's better. Tim Moreland all the way down there at the bottom. He started a few games at catcher. He is a 320 hitter. Bob Boone pinch hit in the chase. Greg Gross, 318 hitter. Probably the best hitter on the team for that stretch. 7 of 22, double, triple, 2 RBI, walked 7 times. Probably the most consistent batters are going to be your top 3, Rose, Trio, and McBride. Pete Rose, 10 for 37, 270 batter with 2 doubles and triple, walked 6 times, got on base. Yeah, go figure. Charlie Hustle stole 2 bases too. Manny Trio, 8 for 30, so he was a 266 batter, double homer, 2 Ks and 2 walks, batted 3 in. Bate McBride, 8 for 29, 275 batter, struck out 3 times, drove in 2, scored 4. Greg Lazinski did well, 304 batter as a matter of fact, 7 of 23, just did not play a lot. Larry Boa down there midway, he was only 6 for 31, 193, so kind of earned his low spot in the batting order, struck out 4 times. Not bad hitting from the Phillies. Boom, boom. They won 1, 2, 4 of those 9 games. 1 of 3 against Pittsburgh and 3 of 6 against the Expos. So the Phillies really helped to play into the drama as well. They did really good. And you look at Randy Lurch, and you'll see down here that Randy Lurch started 2 games. And he was 2 for 6, scored a run, double. So, yeah, again, every once in a while the pitchers help their own cause. But we go down here to Philadelphia pitching, and this, I think, really is what helped them out. Espinosa got slammed a couple of times. He was 0 for 2 in 8 1/3 inning. Gave up 11 runs, 16 hits, 6 home runs. Nino Espinosa. Right there. Gave up 6 home runs right there. But really good pitching. Raleigh Eastwick, he didn't pitch a lot, only an inning and a third. I've got him on there twice. I keep doing that. I keep missing these guys. So Raleigh Eastwick, 3. Yeah, forgive me, but I gotta fix that, especially if I want to print this stuff off later. He went 5 innings. Nope. 5.33 and 4-1-1-1-1-1. So 4-1-1-2-2-3. There we go, and we're gonna get rid of Eastwick down here, so that way we can see better. So yeah, Raleigh Eastwick, 3.38 ERA. In relief, Tug McGraw did pretty good, 2.45 ERA. He went 3 2/3 in 5 appearances, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, struck out 3, walked 1. Lurch and Carlton really helped their bullpen situation early in the chase. They had back-to-back complete game shutouts, one of the Expos and one of the Pirates. So it was over the 2 series from the 20th and the 22nd, as a matter of fact. So the Phillies really did take part in this chase and really helped to make it very interesting. Other notables, Carlton started 2 games. He was 1-0, pitched 16 innings, gave up 11 hits, struck out 9, walked 3, only 4 runs across, 2.25 ERA. So the Phillies did really well, but now we're going to get to our final 2 teams right here. First up, runners-up in the National League East Division with a final win-loss record of 94-66, 2 games behind the leader in second place, the Montreal Expos. They had some really good stuff. Gary Carter and Ellis Valentine led the way on this team at the plate. They totally really... And that did that again. What the heck? Copy, paste. Get out of there. And Chris Spire, not too bad, but 27 at-bats, a small sample, kind of like Carter's. But Ellis Valentine, 21 of 64, scored 8, drove in 8, 5 doubles, 3 homers. And I want you to note the strikeout numbers here. Pay attention to that. And remember, lots of single digits. Perez struck out 11 times. Remember that, because the next screen is... Warren Cromartie led off pretty much every single game. 17 of 69, drove in 8, 7 doubles, homer, struck out only 5 times, a sac fly, 246 batter. Dawson, 250 with 2 homers, 3 homers each for Carter and Valentine. Carter in half as many at bats and 384 batting average, 15 of 39, 2 triples and a double in the mix. Larry Parrish, 266, he was stalwart at third. 3 doubles, 2 homers. Did pretty good, and you can see homers are spread across this team for having played 16 games, a larger sample, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 home runs hit by the Expos in those 16 games. Not a torrid pace. That would put you somewhere around 141, 142 homers over the course of the season. But pretty good output. I mean, they had some power. They showed it. They used it. You can see the doubles, so the slugging was up there pretty good. I mean, even your your reserves. Rusty Staub, John Tamargo, 2 and 3 doubles respectively. Chris Spire had 2. So there was a little bit of power displayed at the plate by the Expos. And even Rudy May, 3 for 7, 428 batter as a pitcher. A total of 7 hits by pitchers who had at-bats. 2 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. I mean, everybody was contributing to the Expos' success in this chase. And then you've got your pitchers. Steve Rogers started 4 games and was 0-2. If you get 2 wins or take away one of those losses and make it a win, I mean, you've got a difference made right there. Pitched 23 innings, gave up 27 hits, and walked 8. That is 35, roughly 1.5 whip. somewhere in that ballpark. But he struck out only 12, walked 8. Rogers was not on his game in those games. He was not. Woody Fryman, he was a fill-in, 9 games in relief, 1 lost, 1 saved, 1 13 2/3, gave up 16 hits, struck out 9, walked 4, 3.29 ERA. The Spaceman did really well. Bill Lee there. He was right there. He was 3 starts, 2-1, 21 innings, gave up 13 hits, struck out only 3, but a 1.71 ERA, complete game shutout as well. You look at some of the guys in relief. One of the guys that wasn't as effective as you thought he would be Elias Sosa. 5 relief appearances, a win, a loss, and 2 saves, 6 innings, gave up 9 hits, struck out 8, but a 4.50 ERA. Would have thought he would have done better than that. Again, a small sample, but still, would have thought he would have done better than that. That's over a 50-game stretch. That would put him at 10-10 with 20 saves. That's reasonable. That's close. So yeah, a lot of good. Look at Rudy May. 4 games, 2 starts, 1-0, 16 2/3, gave up 12 hits, struck out 15, walked 11, 1.62 ERA. So the Expos pitching staff definitely had its good spots, but the teams they played, and the Pirates as well, really, really made this a tight race. They didn't roll over, and they made one team stand up and take it over the other. Let's go to the Pittsburgh Pirates. We are family. Won the National League East Division Championship on the final day of the season, September 30th, in a win over the Chicago Cubs. The final day, the Expos had to win and the Cubs had to win. The Expos would win the East. If either of those teams lost, which both of those teams lost, the Pirates win the East. And these are your champions. A lot of at-bats. You may have noticed Montreal was in the 60s, Pittsburgh in the 70s. They had a couple of really long extra inning games that might have bolstered that a little bit. Look at the runs scored. A lot of runs scored there. But here is what I wanted to point out. Pittsburgh was swinging for the fences the whole chase. And they were going for what they could get. Even Bill Robinson, in 22 at-bats, struck out 8 times. That's a lot of strikeouts. Stargell, 20. Moreno, 16. And also, Moreno led the chase with 11 stolen bases. And he got caught 3 times. Those were all in that final game. That was unbelievable. 1 steal and 3 caught. If it had been any closer and they'd have lost it on that, I'd have been no good with myself. Making stupid decisions like that. Marino is not an auto steal, guys. Look at Dave Parker. 338 batter, 22 for 65. 2 doubles, 4 triples, and 2 homers. Struck out 12 times. Stole 2 bases. Pops, Willie Stargell. 19 of 71 for 267 batting average. 4 doubles, 2 triples. I'll let that sink in. 2 triples and 3 homers. Drove in 12, as did Parker. Scored 5 runs. Parker scored 10. Foley scored 12 runs. Other good at the plate, John Milner. 17 for 48, 354 batting average. Best on the team. With a grand slam there, one of his 3 homers and a triple. Struck out 6 times, walked 7. So got on base, scored 10 runs, second most on the team just with Parker. Ed Ott, the Otter, he did really well. 282 batting down the stretch. 13 of 46, 2 doubles and a homer. Struck out 9 times. Got a lot of stuff going on here, and the pitchers helped as well. Pitchers got a lot of at-bats for the Pirates. Blyleven, 2 for 6 with a home run, solo shot. Jim Bibby, 2 for 7 with an RBI and a run scored, just like Blyleven. Keeson and Candelaria hit each, same with Don Robinson. So just like the Expos, 7 hits put in by the Pirates pitchers. And if you look at it, the Pirates pitchers had a lot more at-bats, so they had a lower batting average, which means these guys just did that much more. Because the Pirates pitchers got a lot more at-bats. 13, 23, 27, 20, 29, 36 as opposed to 9, 10, 22, 32, 37. Actually, the Expos had one more, so I stand corrected. Both teams' pitchers got a lot of at-bats. I just thought that list was smaller for Montreal for some reason. But no, both 7 for 36 Pittsburgh, 7 for 37 Montreal. So pitchers comparable at the plate for both teams. Let's go to the pitchers. Bruce Keeson would have had more numbers, but he was ejected after the first inning of that one game when I was playing payoff pitch. And that allowed him to come in and pitch relief a couple of times to get the Pirates bullpen out of a jam, because those doubleheaders were jamming up both teams. They were. And the Pirates found themselves in hard luck in a couple of instances. Candelaria pressed into relief a lot of times. Yeah, we'll show you there. And Candelaria, probably the best pitcher on the team down the stretch, along with Kent Colby. But Keeson, 6 games, 4 started, 2-1 record, 23 innings, gave up 21 hits, but a 1.96 ERA. Struck out 8, walked 7, gave up 5 earned runs, 11 runs, but only 5 were earned. Look at Don Robinson. He only started 2 games, but had 2 relief appearances, 16 2/3. Struck out 12, 1.08 ERA. But Kent Colby, 11 games pitched in a win, a loss, and 6 saves. 11 innings pitched. Gave up 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, but a 0.82 ERA. But go to Candelaria. Pitched 2 more innings in 5 less games. Has a win notched on his belt. 0.69 ERA. And none of these guys. You've got 4 of these pitchers over 5. Grant Jackson, relief pitcher, 7 innings. He's a 5.14. Dave Roberts, relief pitcher, had a start as well, but he's a 6.17. And Jim Rooker, 7.36, and Doc Ellis in his one start, it was a loss at 7.71. But you've got some good ERA, and that may have made the difference between these two teams. Pirates pitching. Both teams were electric at the plate. Both teams didn't suffer unduly one over the other due to the pitcher's batting. But the Pirates pitching actually came through, by and large, over the games that were played. So it would seem. But yeah, guys, that is all that I've got for you here in the wrap-up. It was a fun project. Thank you very much for sharing it with me. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm getting ready for D&D. We start next Saturday. I need to get some things prepared. Got a new player set up, so that took a few hours last night, and I'm going to do some more work on it. But I put this up. I wanted to have a little bit of content on the channel, and I'm also going to be, I'll come up with something else to do. What? I don't know for sure, but I'll be around. Don't worry. I'll be doing stuff. Guys, thank you very much for watching. This is Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware, with the wrap-up show for the 1979 NL East Chase. Played primarily with strat-o-matic baseball, basic version, but also payoff pitch and APBA basic game. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for sharing the project with me. It truly was a labor of love. I looked forward every day to coming home and playing baseball and making a video, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. Thank you very much, guys, and as always, keep on rolling.